You're on mute.
Oh, it was so great. Welcome to the new normal, my friend. Now, in case you haven't noticed, I don't have any trouble speaking. Am I still muted? See? I have no trouble talking muted or unmuted, right? Okay, let's start again. In case you haven't noticed, I don't have any trouble talking. And if you haven't been around long enough to notice, you will soon. I remember Connie and her recruiting minions hammering away at me for a few years before I finally admitted defeat and joined Toastmasters a couple of years ago. And being one who likes to talk a lot and to tell stories and maybe enjoys the center of attention a little bit too much, I figured, I'll ace this speech thing with flying colors. But that could not be farther from the truth. And Toastmasters is hardly just that speech thing. I would dare say that the speech part of Toastmasters may be the leading character, but there are a myriad of supporting actors that round out this cast, I'll tell you. Toastmasters is full of opportunities that help bolster your leadership skills, meeting hosting skills. They help you with your teams at work. They help you have better conversations with your loved ones. They encourage active listening and critical thinking. Now, when I came into Toastmasters, we were still using the manuals. There was one for speeches and one for leadership opportunities. And man alive, I jumped on the one for leadership opportunities. Not because I particularly want to be a grammarian or Toastmaster for a million times, but because I wanted those little letters after my name. Oh, yeah, that would mean I have arrived. I made something of myself in Toastmasters. But that couldn't be further from the truth either. Because all those leadership skills, all-counter, timer, Toastmaster, new member, mentor, all the way up to club contest participant and chair, they don't mean you've arrived. What they mean is that you've taken a journey. We have to remember why we're here. To be better speakers and to become better leaders. And we do that through our clubs and the roles that we take on. But those ultimately lead us to the bigger and better meetings, to club competitions, which are the penultimate example of how far we've come. Whether you're a speaker or an evaluator or a table topics whiz like Connie or an expert timer. I'm a terrible timer. That's for another day. But these become important because they test and they challenge us. And yes, they may be a little scary, but you have to remember that you are training to go above and beyond your Toastmasters experience, to go into your work settings and into your personal life. And the truth is, sadly, we were not able to have the contest today. And it's a new normal, and we were not prepared, and we'll do better next time. But I did want to share with you a few takeaways on this journey that you are on and how what you do here matters out there. Toastmasters helps you build character. It is probably one of the most unexpected benefits of Toastmasters. Something changes inside of you when you have to work towards your goal, whether it's giving an icebreaker, being a Toastmaster for the time, and especially entering a contest. I remember Terrence, who was relatively new to Toastmasters and a natural speaker. He may have been voluntold into a club competition, but he won. He won that club contest and moved on to the next level in front of other real people that he'd never even met before, much less spoken in front of. He got up on that stage and was able to shine and to step into his very best self. And he didn't win, but win or lose, that opportunity was a chance for him to build character in what he went through. Actions and choices affect our character. Toastmasters and the whole cast of characters, speeches, roles, and competitions, it is the world's best personal development course. It helps you build character, gives you the tools you need to communicate, all of which go about changing your life out there for the better. The second takeaway is that you get to expand your horizons. When you realize that you can push yourself to show up in your meeting and then also to participate in a contest, you realize that you can push yourself anywhere, in life, in business, anywhere in the world. Action creates confidence. It doesn't work the other way around. More action builds more confidence. Toastmasters all over the world are building businesses, creating connections, making impact with their message from the confidence they are gaining in Toastmasters and in speech competitions. Now, this is sort of a no-brainer, but number 3 is that you improve faster. The more you practice, the more you improve. I mean, that's just simple, right? Speech contests, by their very nature, mean more practice. You begin to focus on those tiny moments in your speaking. You notice how people respond to voice changes in your voice and to your approach and to different parts of your story. Every time you get on stage or in a club meeting or as a contestant, it gets easier. And then something amazing really happens. Your speech becomes better and you become more composed and more streamlined, able to take on anything in a moment's notice. But even more important than that, all areas in your Toastmasters experience get better. This just becomes part of who you are. And whether you sign up here in our club or you choose to become a speech contestant, you have the opportunity to hone your skill and perfect your style over and over and over and over. And last but not least, you gain confidence in other roles. Speech contests aren't just about speakers. They're about the other skills you've learned in Toastmasters and applying them in service to others, in service to your club. Remember all those little letters after my name that I wanted so desperately? They weren't just teaching me in that moment. They were preparing me for bigger moments, to step up and apply what I had learned. Are you challenging yourself every time we have a meeting? Every opportunity to step up and do something outside your comfort zone, are you doing that? You see, the journey is in the reward. When you raise your hand and take on a meeting role or enter into a contest, you're putting yourself on the line, facing your fears, expanding your character. And the reality is, the only competition is inside you. You have to choose which actions you will take and how much you are willing to invest in yourself. And the real takeaway of all of this is that all of this is preparing you to step up into bigger moments in your life, in work, with your family. We're navigating some professional and personal, really choppy waters these days. But Toastmasters isn't just speeches and leadership skills, contests and competition. It is a journey that you go on to prepare for the biggest moments of them all, your life. Toastmaster?